What's up guys, my name is Ace, and welcome back to Maps Exposed. This is a series where I cover all of the lines of sight, wall runs, as well as any other secret spots that I find on all of the maps in Black Ops 3. In today's episode, we're going to be covering the first episode of the Awakening DLC maps, and that is on Splash. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so this map has actually quite a few glitches. Just be aware I am not going to be sharing glitches. That's not what I do on this channel, so if you're here to see glitches, then you're in the wrong place. I'm going to be showing just the spots that I find that are not glitches and that I find to be useful. So first off, we'll start over by the A flag right here. If you jump on top of these, whatever these things are, these floating things, you jump right on top of this one right here, gives you a nice line of sight over towards this direction here to see if enemies are coming from that way. So that's a pretty cool line of sight. If they are coming from there, just don't back off too far or else you'll end up being in that warning zone and you'll get yourself killed. Right next to this is actually a wall run that at first glance a lot of people don't realize this is a wall run, so I thought I'd point it out. I know it's pretty obvious to a lot of people, but since the map is brand new and there's lots of people on Xbox that might not know about it, I thought I'd point it out. Obviously you can go both ways. Unfortunately, you cannot wall run on the back side of this. You will die because it gives you that warning thing. I've tried several times to wall run on the back side of that. It simply doesn't work. Next up, when you're underneath this broken part of the ship here and you have enemies that are coming from this direction here, instead of trying to like peek around the corner like this and not have too much cover against them, all you have to do is jump up on top of this piece right here and crouch. And there you go. You can kind of see through the plants and you can see them coming through there. You can see if they're waiting for you right up there. You can have a great peek there, and it's very, very hard for them to see you, and very hard for them to kill you there as well. So once you're inside the ship area where this blue slide is, right in there, the bunker, that is probably the most common camper spot in this game for pretty much every game mode. There's almost always going to be somebody there or fighting for that position. So we have to find some lines of sight to counter that, and I found a few good ones. Now the first one is a lot of people, they'll just come right out like this and have no cover and try to challenge him. Instead, a better way is to come right back like this, like all the way back here, and you can just kind of like peek back and forth to get a line of sight onto that bunker area. They can still see you if they're looking for you, obviously. It's just much better than standing out in the open with no cover and no way to evade. Also, inside this ship area here, if you come up to this broken area here, you can't quite strafe out to see that, but you can use this as a check spot, and maybe you'll hit like a sniper shot on this as well. You can hit like a little quick scope or something like that. But you can jump up and you can very clearly see over towards the bunker area is. So that could be a very useful spot, especially in something like Search and Destroy. If you expect somebody might be over there, you can just jump out, have a peek, and then jump back, and they'll have no idea that you're there. Now getting over towards the B flag on Domination, I've got a pretty cool spot for you here. Actually, a couple spots. First off, if the enemies are coming through this tunnel and that's where you expect them to be coming from, and you have control of this entire area, and you have control of this area here, you aren't thinking you're going to get flanked there, there's really no way to capture the B flag and really keep a good eye out for those guys until it's too late. Except for if you jump on top of this right here and just kind of edge your way over and crouch. There you go. This allows you to capture the B flag while also watching this area, and they don't typically expect that. Usually they expect they can just kind of like run up on you here because most people will just lay down on top of the B flag. So that's a great way to take them by surprise if you're trying to capture the B flag on them. Even better is if you're coming from this direction and your enemies are over there, you can actually capture the B flag by just crouching behind this or laying behind this so you're completely hidden. They'll have no idea what's going on. Most people won't know what's going on, especially now since the maps just came out. You'll take no damage from any grenades that get thrown on the flag. They'll be up here like looking for you, trying to find you. They don't know where you are, and you can just safely capture from here. Now keep in mind, once the enemies do start to find out that you are capturing from there, they can very easily spray through this and get the kill on you. So just be aware of that. This is going to work great for the first few weeks probably, and then people are definitely going to start to catch on to that, and it's eventually not going to be the best place to capture from. Another thing over by this open area here is if you expect your enemies to be coming from up there, a nice way to get a little bit of a different line of sight on them is to jump up right here and just kind of look over top this way. They don't usually expect to be seen so soon because you have that height advantage, so you catch them as they actually come up that ramp there, which is excellent. Because most of the time they expect you to be either like down here or all the way back behind this piece of cover over here. So it's just a nice extra way to take them by surprise. Now getting over to this green building near the C flag here, where the C Domination flag is, I just wanted to point out an area to keep an eye out for campers. I wouldn't recommend camping here all game, but I know people are going to do it just because it is an effective spot for taking off or picking off the random kill on the guy that might be flanking through this area, always check in here as you come through this doorway, because it's very easy for them to head glitch right here, get a nice line of sight on you, or they can jump on top of the table back here and crouch and get a nice line of sight. So just one thing to always be aware of. Every time you come in this building, I like to look this way and then just have a peek as I come through, and then I can continue on my way. The next spot I have for you is when you're coming from the C flag over towards the middle map area, we have this big bunker thing that, like I said, people love to camp out in that bunker, and if they expect to be coming from this direction, they'll often be pre-aiming right here. So if you come around this corner, they're already ready for you and you're pretty much dead. This is a spot I'm going to be using a lot, and this is just a check spot, or you can use it to potentially put some damage into those people. You just come into this corner here and jump straight up. There you go. You can pop a few shots into them, or if you have a sniper rifle, maybe you can hit like a little jump shot quick scope type thing on them. And it's just a great, very versatile spot that I love to use on this map already. Now another thing mid-map, I don't know if I classify this as a glitch or something. I know I said I don't share glitches, but I just wanted to point out, I tried jumping on top of this, and there is actually like a ledge that you can jump on here. As far as usefulness, I don't really know. Maybe if you know they're coming through this tunnel, you can wait for them to come through and then just shoot them in the head. Or if you want to get a bit of a different line of sight on the people that are in there that are further back in that room, that's great because you won't be able to get that same line of sight from here. You'll have to come out like all the way up here, which is exposing yourself to the whole map. So not the most useful spot, but I definitely just want to point it out. You can do it because it's pretty basic. I tried to jump on top of here and I happened to land on there. Now, one thing I wanted to point out, which is going to be pretty obvious to anybody that's played any time on this map, is there is this underwater route here. It comes underneath the bunker, and a lot of people know about that, but some people didn't really catch on to the fact that it actually comes all the way around to this part of the map as well. So, like I said, really obvious to some of you, but some of you guys might not have noticed this. And finally, I have an awesome line of sight. I saved the best one for last. This is to get a line of sight into that bunker area there. You can pick off a lot of long shots through this, or a lot of sniper kills through this. Great for search and destroy as well, because people will love to go into that spot. Come back over to this area here, crouch, and just kind of hug yourself up into this corner, and there you go. Perfect line of sight on them. Unless they have like a thermal scope, or they're really, really paying attention, they are not going to see you here, and this is just going to give you free kills all game. So there we have it. That's going to wrap it up for the first episode of Maps Exposed for the Awakening DLC. Let me know in the comment section below which one of the maps you'd like me to cover next. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.